Welcome everyone, welcome back to Bon's Kitchen. Today I'm going to make key lime tart, and with that I'm going to use my tart crust that I made earlier. So I had put it in the fridge. It's still a little bit warm. I would have liked to keep it overnight, but I wanted to shoot this video today too. So I'm going to go ahead and try to work with this as much as I can. So to start with this, we're going to go ahead and stretch this out to put it in our tart pan. So I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to do it by hand. I just lined some plastic on the bottom, and I want to just kind of like try to see if I can get it rolled out by hand, or maybe I will get my rolling pin out. Okay, so I went ahead and rolled it out with a pen. It was really hard to do it by hand, so it was easy. I just put a plastic on top, plastic on the bottom. You want to make sure you cover it all in plastic. It's much easier to roll, and I just rolled it out, and I was measuring with my tart how much I need. I just need a little bit on each side to go up to the sides. So it looks like I'm just about there now, maybe a little bit more over here. I'm just making sure it's even. And now we're gonna try to put it in this pan. So let's see how we're gonna do this. Flip it over and slowly remove the plastic. I'll fix it, no worries, it's not perfect, but you can just go back around and make it okay. Just want to make sure you drop it down on the sides, and then let's remove the plastic slowly. Okay, so we rolled it between the two plastics because my dough was a little bit warm. It stuck a little bit, but that's okay. It's really pliable, so you can just kind of maneuver it by with your fingers, and with your hand just go in there, just kind of move it the way you want. It doesn't have to be, you know, perfectly rolled out, but you know, just fit it in there, make it all even. And just make sure that you got it all the way down on the corners and up to the sides. All the sides are covered. You can also put it back in the fridge at this point just to cool it off a little bit before we can put it in the oven. And we're gonna go ahead and bake it about 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. And then we'll bring it out, and I'm gonna work on my custard. Before we put the pie crust in the oven, we need to poke it just all over. Poke it everywhere like this. And then we'll put it in the oven to bake, because if we don't poke it, it's going to rise and it's not going to be even. A lot of times you can also cover it with parchment paper and put some beans in there to weigh it down and bake it, but I don't usually do that with mine. And once I poke it like that, it's fine. It's going to be fine. It's okay. It will bake just fine like this. And when it bakes, all the spokes will kind of come together and seal. So when I put my custard in there, it's not gonna leak, no worries. So I'm gonna put it in the oven for 12 minutes and I'll be back. Okay, so my tart crust is baking in the oven. I'm gonna go ahead and prepare the lime custard. So I have egg yolks, 4 egg yolks, half a cup of sugar. I'll go ahead and mix that up pretty quickly. With this, I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla, about a teaspoon of vanilla. Also, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of lime zest. When you zest the lime, just zest a regular lime, but for the juice, if you really want a key lime tart or key lime pie, you got to use the key limes, and those are the smaller limes that basically they are found in the Florida Keys, and that's why they call it key lime. It does make a difference between regular lime and the key lime flavor. The key lime tend to be a little sweeter, but it has a very distinctive limey flavor. This juice is actually about a 3/4 cup of key lime. I had to juice a lot of little limes, but yeah, this is I did add a little bit of lemon juice in here, just a half a lemon. I like a little bit extra tartness in my key lime tart. So I'm gonna add that. to the egg slowly. We don't want the egg to separate, so don't put it all at once, just add it really slow to make sure it's incorporated with the egg yolk. Because sometimes the lime or the acid in the lime will break the egg yolk. And next we're gonna add our condensed milk. Not evaporated milk, but condensed milk. Also, I'm gonna add it slowly. Add the rest of it. So my custard is all ready to go. I'm just waiting on my tart crust to come out of the oven. So I wind up actually using 2 of the condensed milk, and I had a little taste and I felt like it needed a little bit more lime, so I added about 3 more tablespoons of lime juice in here. But you don't have to do that. 3/4 of a cup is plenty. I just like it extra sour or extra tarty. Okay, so we've done baking our tart crust for the key lime. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the custard in here. I cooled it off. It's still a little bit warm, but you know, I wanted to get this done today or tonight, so it's ready to go. I'm just gonna get my custard and put it in here, and we'll put it in the oven. It will go in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes until it's all set, and then we'll come back. Okay. Thank you for watching today. My tart is done. I'm a little tired. This is kind of like late night baking, but this has to cool at room temperature before I can actually put it in the oven. It's really hot. It just came out of the oven. So I'm gonna let it sit here on this rack. Oops. I do not want to ruin this beautiful tart. Look at that.
Which one is this?
This is the key lime. Are you lost?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it has it cooked beautifully. It has beautiful golden crust. I mean, the tart crust baked really nice. It smells heavenly. We can't try it tonight, but we are looking forward to trying it first thing in the morning with a cup of coffee. So I'm gonna let it cool before I go to bed. I will put it in the fridge to completely cool it, and then we'll have it in the morning. We are going to try our key lime tart. Just a small sliver to try. I know you're gonna like it.
Do I have a choice?
You like everything I make, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is this any different? Let's see. It's really good. And I like it with this crust. And you can make a graham cracker crust also, if you don't want to use the tart crust that I had a recipe for. You can use a graham cracker crust. It's very, very good. Thank you again. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was really easy to make, as you saw. A couple of ingredients, and the hardest part was the crust, and it wasn't that hard. But if you make it before, have it ready in the fridge, roll it out, it'll be ready. Or again, you can use a graham cracker crust, which is graham crackers with a little bit of butter and sugar. I'll have another video on that. I'll show you how to make a graham cracker crust. But for now, thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe and like, so I can keep making these beautiful videos and making delicious food. Thank you. Bye-bye.